Hello and good afternoon to you on this snowy, Christmassy day. I'm standing on a historical site on a local hilltop, a place that brought joy to 13,500 children over the span of 125 years. And this story you'll hear at the end of this short film. In this wonderful season, we see store signs declaring joy and hear songs of happiness and cheer. Yet, if we're honest, our communities, wider society, and world are filled with reasons for worry, anxiety, discouragement, conflict, fear, sorrow, and sadness. Even at Christmas time, when every place is decked with tinsel, lights, and holiday cheer, many still find themselves feeling worried, downcast, or even numb. Those emotions aren't all that different than what the shepherds felt out in the dirty, dusty, smelly fields surrounding an ancient village called Bethlehem 2,000 years ago. They were actually outcasts due to being ceremonially unclean in their daily work. They're poor and isolated. Even the whole of that society was under the thumb of the Roman Empire, which ruled and taxed them with an iron fist. Joy, happiness, those ideas must have felt as far away as the distant stars. But then, in the darkness of night, an announcement broke through like a signal light. To them and across time to us, the proclamation rang out like a church bell. Here's how the story continues. In the same region, there were some shepherds standing out in the fields and keeping watch over their flock by night. And an angel of the Lord suddenly stood before them, and the glory of the Lord shone around them, and they were terribly frightened. But the angel said to them, "Do not be afraid, for behold, I bring you good news of great joy, which will be for all the people. For today in the city of David, there has been born for you a Savior, who is Christ the Lord." Luke 2, 8 through 11. Here in these short, powerful verses are the proclamation, the reach, and the reason. The proclamation is good news of great joy. Like a herald racing from the front lines of a battlefield to announce that victory is won. The King of glory has come. And for whom is this announcement of joy? Everyone. The reach of this message is for everyone, no matter their past, background, or position in society. And why is this joy possible? The reason is found not in a program, but in a person, Jesus Christ the Lord. But here's the crux of the matter. Our society talks about being happy, buying possessions, or going on vacations to make you or your family happy. But does that really result in the happiness we long for? There's an interesting turn on that word happiness in the Bible. We find the plural form, literal happiness is how you could translate it, as blessed in the Old Testament, which carries over into its New Testament usage as well. We then find Jesus using this word ultimately about true joy, deep, abiding happiness in the most famous sermon ever preached, the Sermon on the Mount in Matthew 5. And then Paul recites these words of Jesus in Acts chapter 20, verse 35. He says, "It is far more blessed or blessed to give than to receive." You see this? Joy comes from giving, not getting. God gave us his Son Jesus so that his joy would be made full in us. We then, who receive Jesus by grace through faith, are commissioned to give out the message and mercy of Jesus to those around us so that they can experience the same joy And in turn, God's joy is being made full in us when we give it away. So this Christmas, friends, the glad tidings of great joy for all people is our message to give to everyone. For a child was born for us, to save us from sin and darkness and death, to bring us into his kingdom of freedom, light, and life. We can share and show joy when we live out this simple action plan. Build your day around serving priorities in this order: Jesus, others, then yourself. Joy, Jesus, others, then you. There was a chaplain a long, long time ago who lived like that, and his joy changed the lives of thousands of children right here in Ohio. Chaplain George W. Collier served as a chaplain of the 34th OVI during the Civil War. He was taken prisoner at Wytheville, West Virginia, while in charge of wounded men. And he was held as a spy in the jail at Abingdon for 4 months. And after the war, he continued in chaplaincy, receiving a commission in the United States Army from President Hayes, and he served for many years. He later was chaplain in chief of the Grand Army of the Republic on the staff of General John Logan. But more than all of this, the legacy of his life was in being a voice for the voiceless. He was the first to raise the need for an orphanage for children of those killed in war. He and another local pastor here in this area, who also served as a military chaplain, raised awareness and funds and staff so that in 1870, the Ohio Soldiers and Sailors Orphans Home was established here in Xenia, Ohio. In the early years, the facility provided a home to children who had lost their fathers in the American Civil War. The state of Ohio eventually opened the institution to orphans of military conflicts and the children of all veterans. And in some cases, the children had not lost their parents, but the veteran was physically, emotionally, or financially unable to care for his family. And in 1978, the name of the home was changed to the Ohio Veterans Children's Home. The children who called this place home received an academic and vocational education, religious instruction and training, and in various occupations they were trained to serve as citizens of the United States. The home endured for 125 years, from 1870 until 1995, providing a lifeline to more than 13,500 children. During its existence, the home provided children with a stable and secure environment, allowing them an opportunity, as it's recorded, for success during childhood and also as an adult. And this beautiful building behind me was later named Collier Chapel in honor of the man who so loved and cared for the children, Chaplain George Collier. Untold numbers of families across generations were impacted because of a chaplain who shared and showed the good news of great joy. So today I invite you into the ranks of Chaplain Collier. Do you know God's love? Then show God's joy. If you know God's joy, then share his joy offered to all in Jesus Christ, the Savior of the world. Hey friends, thank you for joining me on this snowy day for a reflection on the third Sunday of Advent. Joy. May God guard you and guide you as you show and share his joy in Jesus Christ today. Have a safe and wonderful Sunday. God bless you.